Week 5 of the NFL, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the reigning Super Bowl champs and the Browns, and it comes your way next.
We are just a stone's throw away from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as we get set for football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Cleveland Browns. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here come the Browns on offense with Baker Mayfield, the former #1 overall pick at quarterback.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Mayfield now. And incomplete on the deep ball. He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time. But now it'll be third down.
I may be an analyst, but I'm also a fan. I love it when people take the big shots downfield, but he was under a lot of duress. And I think that forced the incompletion downfield. Didn't have a real good chance to find his target.
On third down, Mayfield. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That third down conversion good for 23.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. That's a pretty good opening possession defensively.
And you know the goal is to make something of a statement, especially on the road with your first defensive possession, isn't it? Go right out and establish yourselves and let them know this is going to be tough going all game long.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
Probably a bit of a surprise call there on first down, but how about a tone setter for the drive? Picking up nice yardage with the big man setting the tone physically.
They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And they're able to bring him down at the 20.
Let's go!
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 23 carries, 90 yards, and a touchdown.
And as we discovered in talking with the coaching staff prior to the game, going up against a team that struggled against the run has only emboldened them to run the football more. I expect 40 to 50 carries in this game.
Mahomes now on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Mahomes now to throw. They'll get this to his running back, Edmonds. And he will have a Chiefs first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. First and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. Shedding through the defense. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down. A give to the fullback on the dive. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Now Edwards-Helaire. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. On 3rd down, here's Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
On the give, this is their fullback. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Good solid gain on first down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
Coming up on 2nd and 7. Here's Edwards-Helaire. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Escaping the pressure right. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down. So not quite a first and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the power run out of the bag and got a couple extra yards with it. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. Yeah, he's got it. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll bring up 4th down. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Now a man open down the middle of the field.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
That's it, baby. We go.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. That catch good for only a couple. The Browns trying to get back and set quickly here. Time ticking away. From the 38, Mayfield. He's going to look deep now for Landry. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. He was looking for Landry that time. 3rd down here. Mayfield. He's got a man. That's Marshall. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
I think the training and practice broke down on that play because he simply didn't run the route deep enough to get to the first down marker, despite what was a really nice catch and toe tap on the sideline.
Yeah, that's 3rd down 101. You got to go to the marker, know where it is.
Let's go.
Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Eluding the pressure right. Looking to get it to Ward. Intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. Then it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage.
Touchdown, Browns! Nick Chubb with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns are on the board here in the final minute of the first half.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the second half.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And we are tied here in the second quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Chiefs going to go back on offense here late in this first half as they'll take over with just under a minute left to play. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Finding room at the 30. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
On first down, Mahomes. He finds his man, complete. It's Bass. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Flush to his right. That to his running back, Edwards-Helaire. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The end result, 21 yards.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Mahomes now on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. To throw again on second down. Mahomes. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Mahomes to throw once more. Escaping the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal. Here's Mahomes to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. From 8 yards out, and the Chiefs have taken the lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. and I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Cleveland offense ready to go as they go to work with 12 seconds on the clock. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Wide open. It's Marshall complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Final play of the half, Mayfield. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Chiefs on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you, too, in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. And it's the Raiders who have the lead in the second quarter. Derek Carr has a couple of touchdown passes there. From there, we head over to the Windy City. Check on the Bears at home, Soldier Field. And that game all tied up as they do battle with the visiting Lions. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world and see what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. And they trail the visiting Denver Broncos in that one. Drew Lock has thrown a touchdown pass. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for KC. And even though they've got the lead, they're likely going over ways they can improve the running game, as they didn't find a whole lot of success in those first two quarters. Meanwhile, for the Browns, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football, and they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break. Final adjustments being made in the locker room. We're just about set for the second half from Cleveland, and to bring it your way, we go back up to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. So here are the Chiefs to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. Second half starts with a run by Edwards-Helaire. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. That's caught inside the 20. And way down into the red zone before he's dropped inside of Cleveland's 15.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
He did a fine job there not tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Looking to get it to Ward, intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. That's tough there. Starting to mount a good drive. Quarterback lets his guard down for just a moment, and it's going to bite him.
And I was just about to remark how controlled the game they were here in this third quarter. That return for 6 points. We now have a game again.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that will tie our game here in the third. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. KC's offense ready to take over. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right? Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw. It's knocked away and incomplete. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Flushed out right. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards in the first. Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Credit the tackle that time to Deshaun Hand. Second down, back to Edwards-Helaire. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 56 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. On play action, it's Mahomes. That's caught left side by the tight end, Gray. 4 yards of the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. Final minute now of the third quarter. They go play fake. Mahomes. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7. They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line.
Not the kind of gain that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough 30 yards for you when necessary.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen to Edwards-Helaire. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. They go back to the ground with Edwards-Helaire. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to first and goal. Now Mahomes. And it's caught. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the...
And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs have broken our tie as they take the lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead is now 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now Mayfield. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard. To throw, Mayfield. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss.
Come on!
Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. Here's Mayfield. That's out to Chubb, complete. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Here's Edwards-Helaire as they will start on the ground. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shot. Taken up on the play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Being chased out left. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. And he is going to have the 1st down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. And even 100 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Mahomes to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the return will stop right around the 25. A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Chiefs, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they'll have another road date next week with the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile,